Hello and welcome to Just Keep Talking, the show where we may not upload every week, but we will keep talking. This week, I am your magnificent host, Mark.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm the guest, Josh.
Yeah, joining us this week we have Josh.
Who is a huge fan of Apple and League of Legends.
Okay, shut up. Shut up.
This is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna piss him off right
Oh
off the
my
bat.
gosh.
Isn't that what we were supposed to do?
You're gonna give everyone a bad image of me. Gosh, guys.
Before
come
we
on.
get too much into this, we have an apology. Okay, I have an apology. We recorded a pretty great podcast last week with a different guest. Unfortunately, the audio files mysteriously didn't get saved.
You know what? I know what it is. It's because Austin and I made fun of you 90% of the time.
No, I honestly, I had nothing. I thought that was a great podcast, which we're gonna be like, okay, no, it was a terrible podcast. You're not
So
missing that
you
much.
thought it was great, and they were making fun of you.
They made fun of him the entire time.
They were making fun of me.
I think that's a new low.
Yeah, the reason we didn't have a podcast last week is because I think what probably happened is I forgot to actually hit the save button.
You were busy crying.
So yeah, that
Kind of like how I forget to plug things in.
yeah. Backstory. Josh is he's helping me upgrade my computer and he's helping Kyle build a new one. And we got some of the first of my parts in the other day and we were putting them in and we were gonna get it ready and then we realized we forgot to plug some stuff in. So yeah. And then we trapped some cords behind the motherboard. It was a mess.
Yeah.
And what else was? Oh yeah, we were trying to get the video card out of the back, and it wouldn't come out. We couldn't figure out why, and then we realized that we still had the monitor plugged into it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
So about Apple, you really love Apple, right?
No, I hate Apple.
I know. Okay, so I know why you hate Apple. I really want to know why you hate League of Legends.
Yeah, I think. Which interesting. Our last guest, who you guys get to see or hear eventually, but of course this is interesting because you're kind of our first guest. As long as this actually goes up, you're our first guest.
Okay.
Kind of. But he was actually a guest before the show, but like this episode didn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Don't pop that. Don't pop that. You don't want to blow out the microphone, okay?
Kyle's holding the bubble wrap that my new
It's
motherboard.
giant bubble wraps. It's nice.
Okay, but seriously, what's interesting is our last guest is like really into League of Legends. But why do you hate League of Legends?
The player base is horrible. The graphics are horrible. I don't like the style of gameplay, honestly. You're probably gonna say I was just horrible at the game. I was not horrible at the game, but I just didn't like it. I don't know, and I feel like it's like the big title right now, and it's like, why do you waste your time on it?
I mean, I've played it. I mean, I can't say it's my favorite thing ever, but I enjoy playing it because I have some friends who are really into it. So whenever I'm hanging out with them, I'll join them. But other than that, it's not like I'm like really like into it. I mean, I think it's an okay game. It's not terrible. It's not exactly my thing, but I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah. Well,
But it's going to be amazing.
what?
The game that we're making,
Yes.
which
That will be.
we've kind
Wait,
of
which one?
the one we're making for the contest.
Oh, the hacker
Yeah.
One
game.
that you're a big part of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one.
that one. Which
We're making 3 games right now, so
It-
it's kind of
it's kind of complicated.
yeah.
Which all of them are going to be amazing, but I think this one's going to be the best. 'Cause
Yes.
we're kind of putting the most work into it.
Well,
We have-
because I'm sure neither of you have worked on your other 2 games.
No,
No.
I
we
did a
haven't.
little. I tried to add touch controls to Freefall, but they didn't work.
I haven't had time.
Haven't had time. I was making air quotations, since they obviously cannot see.
Well, my parents have kind of been yelling at me for quite the past few days about a multitude of things, so I have been busy.
Right. So what you're saying is you just don't want to do any of the work and you just want to get all the good stuff out of it.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We got our big game. That's kind of like our big collaboration project. Is we're doing it for a contest, so we will definitely have something made by June 15th is the deadline, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have something made by then for all of you guys to play. But I think it's interesting so far. I've been working on. I've been doing a lot of different stuff. I've been jumping back and forth. I'm writing the story for it. I'm doing the physics stuff. I'm designing the levels, and all of this while learning how to make games because I haven't done anything in like 2 years. This is kind of like my re-entry into game design. Yeah, it's looking like it'll be pretty good. I've been gathering from some other games some inspiration for how this will work and that will work. Trying to get the physics right, and then it's like I know how I want it to look in my head, but then it just doesn't happen.
Yeah. I remember staying up all that night for Free Fall Fire.
Yeah. That game ended up. From the version that I had, everything that was made for that was made in under 24 hours.
Yeah.
Because I didn't because the first night I was just totally wasted, and because I was jumping back and forth.
Not wasted on alcohol, wasted on.
No.
I feel like you should preface that.
Yes. Thank you for clearing that up, Kyle. What I mean was I was jumping back and forth between ideas, and then by the next morning I'm like, I hate all of them. I just trashed it all. And so it was probably 10 in the morning that I actually started running with the free falling idea and starting making assets for that and programming that. And then we just I was busy that day doing stuff. I mean, most of the morning I got, and then the evening I was out at this musical. And then after that, we all kind of crashed at my house and stayed up all night working on it. And so, which
I slept unashamedly. I was playing drum set in the musical.
I got it finished, but the next day I was just so worn out. I couldn't do any bug testing or adding anything, so I just crashed that day. So it was all it was within 24 hours that I got all of it made.
Yeah, and we're improving the game.
Yeah.
But if you want to try it out now, it's on discovermk.com /files.
We'll have it all by the time this goes up. I'll have it on the homepage.
Oh,
On the homepage.
Don't make it complicated. We'll just tell people, hey, go ahead.
Sweet.
Play.
Yeah. So we'll have that. We got our other game coming out soon, which should be interesting.
The unknown named one.
Yeah. It's gonna be
We should probably run people through the idea of the game before we just keep speaking about it.
The basic idea.
We won't give away too much.
Right. Okay. So just stop me before I give away too much. It's set in the future, where the internet no longer exists, and you are kind of taken by this organization to help them basically spread information the way that the internet used to. And so it's all about getting to various computers at so basically you're trying to get to a computer at a university to spread information there. And that's basically, and to do that you have to fight government agents and jump over stuff.
I think that was a little too much info. But
I think the biggest thing people need to know is that the government has collapsed. Basically, on the brink of collapsing.
Yeah.
And in order to not collapse, they're doing what they do now and telling us things that aren't true.
Yeah.
Except people are more gullible.
Yes, it's kind of
so it's like North Korea.
Yeah, kind of. It's kind of set on the balance of where is the difference between basically privacy and information. Where we're at, people both want privacy and they want information from the government. So this is kind of taking it to the opposite, where they don't really have privacy from the government because the government's still spying on them. They're just kind of less aware of it, but they no longer have access to information. Kind of the government said, okay, you don't want us having your information, you don't get any, no one gets any information. Everyone's entitled to their secrets. That means us too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a total dissolvation. Is that a word?
I don't think so.
It's like a total void.
Dissolution?
Dissolution. Yeah, that's a total dissolution
That's
of
what it is.
transparency. That's the word I was thinking of. Just not the word that came out of my mouth. Which for our interesting, totally off topic, but for our guests at home, I think it might be interesting since this isn't a video podcast to let them know that we're actually we're kind of in a new set recording this.
Mark cleaned his room. That's basically what he's trying to get you guys to understand, which apparently is a huge feat for him.
I mean, it did take basically an entire day, but my point is, I think it's interesting to keep track of how we've recorded this to kind of look back at it. Someday when we have our big fancy studio.
When the first many episodes of this will be hidden and nobody will have access to them because we don't want people witnessing what once was.
The past of who we are.
Once it's up on the internet, it never comes down.
It's not true.
Unless the internet gets destroyed by the government.
And then everything just becomes local little sections. And there's no global internet. It's all just local communities.
Man, someone should make a game about that. That'd be
The
cool.
world is just a giant LAN party. The only way you can hack things is physically doing it. I feel like that would make a great game idea.
Yeah,
You have to physically be there.
we could totally make this
in order to
game.
hack.
For any of the
Let's do it.
3 people listening to this, please do not steal that idea because
Oh,
It took a long
copyright
time.
Discover MK,
What?
2014.
we're gonna change that name actually for the game making. That's kind of our brand for other things. The game
Isn't
making
it
is another
MK
thing.
Productions?
No, it's gonna have an even better name since
Yeah.
Google lets me change the name as much as I want.
Sweet.
Which is why I love Google. Which is also why I didn't buy anything for iPhone because it's way too much money and they hate puppies and would rather sell your soul to North Korea.
Who hates puppies?
They eat puppies, but that's also South Korea, so we can't discriminate.
Because that would be
That's
neat.
China too.
Yeah, it's
It's basically just all those people in Asia.
well,
All them Asians.
no, I want to abstain from being racist because this is a group of 3 white guys, and I'd rather not, I would rather not just kind of play the racist thing because
The phone going off in the background.
Marcus left us for a moment to answer the phone from whatever telemarketer was calling. So we will
Just threaten to sue them. Say you're on the do not call list.
give you a sweet little interlude.
We have to keep talking. This is the show. Keep on talking. Oh my goodness, how?
I'm lost without Mark.
You're
There's no
lost
sense of
without
direction.
Mark?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. He's like the Google Maps to our operation.
Not really.
Yeah, I'm the battery. Without me, you guys wouldn't actually do anything. You would just
Nah.
have ideas and never do anything. Really? Did you do any work this week?
No.
And that's because I didn't bother you about it. Because this next week I'm gonna bother you and you're gonna do work.
Okay. Whatever you say.
So
And Mark's back.
that's one of the downsides of recording a podcast at home.
I'm really hoping Mark doesn't listen to this when he's editing it. All you're gonna hear is me sing the Jeopardy theme, and me say how you're the Google Maps to the operation. I'm the battery, and Josh is the stylus, where it's useful for people with giant fingers, but other than that, there's really no.
This is a weird show.
Yeah,
This is a really weird show.
I mean, we didn't want to set guidelines. We wanted to just keep talking, and so that's what we're doing.
I don't think a good name for a show.
That is the name of the show, Mark. It's just keep talking.
Right, that's what I say at the beginning of every show.
Right. And okay. I don't even know how to respond to that, dude.
I mean,
I could tell you about that one time at band camp, but then you would have to edit in some bleeping noise over it while I tell the entire story so nobody can actually know what happened at band camp.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Guys, we can't stop talking.
We gotta just keep talking.
That door is opening and shutting itself.
That would be because of
Airflow.
Airflow. Yeah. I mean, I understand it because I have to live in the room with the ghost door, but I'm sure.
I mean, I just know what it is, but I also don't feel this supposed airflow that's strong enough to open the door.
I do. I just felt it.
But not strong enough to make the room colder than 95 degrees. I say as I feel a slight breeze.
Yeah.
So, I take that back. My apologies. Lord forgive me, I do not know what I am doing.
Oh, there it goes. It's closing again. No! Demon!
Don't worry, there's no metal plate on the door frame, so it can't totally close.
So I am getting pretty excited about my computer being built. Hopefully we'll build it Saturday. That'd be nice.
Yeah, and then we'll have to do a whole video about both of yours.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely
Maybe I should
happen.
bring mine over too. That way I can show off the real computer.
We should do some.
Oh yeah.
Note to self, don't let Josh bring his computer. I do need you to bring your Windows 7 Ultimate Disk.
Yeah, I can do that.
Because I kind of need an OS on it.
Once the three of us all have really good computers, we should start doing some like LAN party streaming stuff.
As
We
long
just
as
get.
we have a place to do it that's not my house. Then again, if it's a LAN party, we could use my house. Probably.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking.
No, your Wi-Fi probably isn't good.
See, okay, this is the thing, and I want your help and any of the two. If
Not
people who
your
are listening.
internet, but your actual Wi-Fi.
No, I know. We're looking at upgrading. My mom was talking to me because my dad's gone right now. He's out of town. She wanted me to kind of do some research, find better internet deals to upgrade the internet and not have to pay too much more money. The problem is I'm horrible at that, so I'm kind of recruiting your help.
Okay.
Because if we do that, then my house becomes a viable place to actually do things, and I will have internet.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it got so bad last night. I was on my phone after it broke, and I was trying to figure out what I could use and what I couldn't on it. And while I'm in the midst of doing that, the internet just decides to completely stop working. And it says I'm connected to Wi-Fi, but I'm trying to load up an email because I'm trying to see if my dad responded to me. Won't even load up emails. So I go and I check, and it says the internet says it's not running. There's nothing in it. So I go and I reset the router, nothing. So we went all night again with no internet. So I didn't want to waste any of my 3G or whatever because we paid
Right.
for that. And
Yeah.
I don't like to waste that unless I'm at school. It's the only time I use it because I'd rather be on the internet than being
That's why I have Sprint.
educated.
Unlimited everything.
See, this is
See,
what
just like anytime we tell a story, it's just like Josh is just like, oh yeah, the entire conflict of that story, I can solve that in 3 words.
See, Mark is always like, if it's Mark.
See, I go through like 15 gigs of data a month.
Well, see, if there's something.
It's pretty horrible.
If there's something with me, this and they have Mark, he'll relate and he'll be like, man, I just, yeah, that sucks. So I was Mark, same thing. We might crack jokes occasionally, which is just what we do. Having Josh here, he'll just explain how whatever he does is better. And most of the time he'll go into a long rant afterwards about why he hates Apple and why,
Which, okay,
Android
we've
is
been
the
egging
best.
him on for like 19 minutes now, and he is yet to go on a rant. I'm feeling like we're not pushing enough buttons.
I don't think you are.
I'm disappointed in myself here.
Me too.
I mean, it makes me want to, I don't know, just...
Oh, I'm thinking of sending my computer parts back and buying a Mac.
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah,
makes
that's
no sense.
the
It's just,
dumbest
it's
thing
just less effort,
ever.
you know?
It's just more user friendly.
Right,
So
right.
if it's more expensive, I can use it better.
Yeah,
I can do less things with it, but at least the things I can do are more understandable.
yeah, and since it's all like in there, you don't have like...
Yeah, but if you can't understand, if you already understand it, then what's the point?
but
Because
like,
all I want is simple.
it's all like, you don't have to worry about like, like individual parts breaking.
Yeah,
it
but
all just,
simple
it all,
will be
all breaks,
slower.
one time, and you can just get a new one.
Right, I can
Yeah.
just take it back, pay another $1,000, and get a new one.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. And get like a quarter of the performance.
This is why we need a video
I'm
podcast.
trying to hold back.
Because
You
Josh,
realize this,
Josh is
right?
like grimacing here.
Don't hold back, Josh. Give it to us.
Macs are so horribly overpriced. So horribly.
Okay, but what is
If I can build you a computer for $600 and they'll outperform like a $4,000 Mac Pro.
I'm sorry, dude.
Then-
I'm missing like 4 pieces, and I'm still above $600. Even if I got these discounts you magically show up with after I purchase things, I would have still been over budget.
Well, I already had those discounts. You went like crazy and purchase stuff. Like, I built basically the same computer that you're building for my dad for Christmas for $530
Then why would it have been $591 after mail-in rebates of $50?
because of Black Friday.
I see. So what you're saying is you would rather get your dad a deal than me.
No, I'm
See,
saying
you should have
What you're saying is you don't care about us.
And if you waited till the day after tomorrow, the price of the CPU that you both are going for would probably drastically decrease because Intel is coming out with new CPUs tomorrow.
So, if I wait, you'll get me a better deal?
Probably.
Okay. Then
I'm at the point where I could return things and get a better deal. The issue is I'd have to return things, and the process of dealing with that it's too much risk and it's too much of a hassle. Honestly, I don't want to risk something not getting back. I don't trust the U.S. Postal Service
Oh, speaking of the U.S., here's a reason why you shouldn't trust the U.S. Postal Service.
because they're run by the government.
You might have seen this. Okay. So the military was shipping drone pieces through the U.S. Postal Service from one base to another.
Does that make sense?
And they had it in 8 separate packages. 7 of the packages made it to the new base fine. One of them found its way to an anonymous college student.
What?
Yeah, this college student, just one day he gets some drone pieces in the mail. Yeah, just out of nowhere.
At least he had the decency to report that.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the article. It's like,
But you could sell it, you know?
Yeah, he got
I mean, drone pieces, that's gotta be pretty expensive stuff.
Well, I'm sure he probably wouldn't have sold it because when you sell drone pieces, the government's gonna know.
Well, yeah.
They may not be
yeah,
able
that
to do
is
their
true.
job, but they can know when and where you're doing yours.
I mean, college professors have quite a bit of money, though. I mean, you gotta admit.
Are you trying to say that college professors are overpaid and high school teachers are underpaid?
Not, some professors are overpaid.
It's anticlimactic.
There's, come on, really?
I wish we could have seen Josh's reaction.
See, now I'm gonna have to edit that because that just I'm looking
That
at Johnny
peaked.
here, and that peaks.
That
And I'm meant to go in, hit, find that, and make that so it doesn't, blow out everyone's speakers.
It also peaks most of the time when Josh speaks because he's so close to it.
Oh
And when
my
he
goodness.
gets
No.
It doesn't completely peak out.
His
It gets-
will touch the top. Yours went past the top. No.
No.
See, that wasn't bad.
That was
bad. It peaked.
I'm looking at the image.
It went all the way to the edges.
So we should probably fix that.
Yeah, I get close to the edges, but I don't touch the edges.
Yeah, but Mark, in reality, how likely is it that you're gonna edit this anytime soon?
I mean, probably today. Well, I don't know.
Until something else
Because
comes
I'm
up?
gonna I have
And
to
then you
leave
delete the
in
file?
like 40 minutes.
And for reference, this is being done May 9th.
Just in case.
So when this gets up, you'll realize how long it takes Mark to edit things.
you can email.
and ignore the fact that his voice just sounded computer generated there, like I just copied in a new date. That totally didn't happen.
Any complaints, you can email Mark at discovermk.com with your spam mail, any links to your phishing websites. If you have any offers where you are soliciting sexual activities, that is also the email to send it to.
Ha! Joke's on you. I like fishing. It's not true. I hate fishing. I can't stand it.
If you have any money you'd like to send us, that's where you contact me. And speaking of getting money, we're going to be setting up a Kickstarter soon for this game. For the full development, the demo, we're not going to have much.
That'll be after the contest.
That'll be
prototype
like, we'll
comes
run
out.
that in like June
Yeah.
or July. But yeah, we're going to have that going, which will be nice.
So you should totally join that because it's gonna be an awesome game. And we have plans for that going. Our plan is to run it episodically. That's a word, right?
Well,
I don't know.
chapters. It'll be
Yeah,
chapters with like a few episodes in.
Yeah, it'll be kind of.
I don't know if that's a word though.
What are you,
Episodic?
dictionary?
No, I think it might be. Let me
It
see.
might be.
Let's see. Hold on.
Episodic.
Is episodically a word?
Yeah. Yeah, it's totally coming up on dictionary.
Martin is slow.
Why I already.
She can't give you an answer?
It's an English word.
Sweet. So I didn't make that one up.
See, Siri can't even give him an answer straight up.
Well, I mean,
Well, that's because I didn't ask to define the word.
I found
just
it
asked
on
if it's-
Google.
I just asked if it's a word, and it said yes.
like 30 seconds quicker. But you know what?
Maybe that's because my phone is completely shattered and it's like the back is missing a bunch of pieces.
That doesn't affect its CPU.
It does if it's been dropped and it's been shifted around and things have been kind of messed with.
No.
It's been running significantly slower since I screwed it up.
Oh yeah, you did say it's overheating.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that
very,
makes
yeah.
sense now.
it's
If it's overheating, then the CPU is probably throttling.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our tech talk, made up words, and Josh's love of Apple and League of Legends.
Yeah, I hate you guys right now.
We will see you guys next week. Thanks for listening. Leave us a like and a comment. Email us. Find us in real life if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or would like to give me food.